Hello, it's Richie here from Novalays. Move that out of the way. What we got here today, we have the Digitone Digitone, and I'm going to be applying a gloss purple overlay. Really simple. Does require an Allen key of the right size. So what you've got here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 knobs that have to come off. Pots, I like to call them. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little screws here. So we'll start with taking these off. Excuse my desk. Covered in scratches. It's an old IKEA table. One thing I do recommend, get yourself a little clear pot, because these little screws roll all over the place. And you take a few twists and off they come. Obviously you'll probably want to do this quite quickly, but I do advise just a little bit of caution, because you don't want to scratch the surface of the unit, and you don't want to damage the screws or damage the very delicate little pattern on the top. So once you've taken off the 6 screws, you need to remove these. They just pull up. I mean, I've taken these off a few times. They just come off like that. Okay, put them in my pot. This one's ever so slightly different, the volume. The spindles are slightly different colour, and it's plastic, whereas these are metal. Just make sure you put them back correctly. That one's got a little indicator on there, because that one, if you try and put it on these, you might damage it. So again, all common sense stuff. So take off the level data. What you'll find now is this does actually loosen the cover, so there's no need to take that off. Just be very careful not to move it too much. So I recommend doing it on a nice, clean, flat surface like this. Then we get our overlay, which is here. It's gloss on both sides, very flexible, rewritable. I haven't got a pen on me, but you can write on it with a board marker and wipe that off, so quite useful for that. And they're actually quite durable. I've now glossed, I mean, people who may have purchased them in the past, they are now glossed on both sides, just to give it that extra little bit of strength. And that drops on perfectly. So when you're happy that's all in place, you'll know it's the right way around, because there is some writing on the other side, but you can't put it on backwards. So drop that on there again. And then it's just a case of going backwards, really. So obviously make sure the screws without the indicators. I'll be honest, it's a bit more tricky putting these back on. You've got to get them the right way around. So what I tend to find is turn it so the flat is facing you, and then you know which way around to put these on. It's always good to fight the urge to be impatient. Take time over it and you'll end up with a perfect result. There we go. Try doing this 14 times a day. Drive you around the bend. don't do that. That's a silly thing to do. Last but not least, highly exciting TV this. TV and channel. So when you put these in, just move that over. It does move around a bit, so just be very careful as you twist, as you screw it back up. It should screw up nice and easily. If you find any resistance, don't force the thread. Just unscrew it and try again. See if I can get this last couple of screws in before my battery runs out or I run out of storage. If you're interested in buying one of these overlays, the website is there. If you stick the word Digitone on the end, /Digitone, it should take you straight to the page, if I've set it up properly. And we do overlays for all sorts of different equipment. New ones coming online every day. So there you have it. Purple Digitone.